Greetings, my name is Blaze and I play Marvel Future Fight. I also stream it on Twitch, so check me out on Twitch TV sometime. Let's talk about the wonderful and amazing ISO-8 set. That's right, it's ISO. It is not ISO-8, although technically you can say ISO-8, just like you can call a cat C-A-T. But it's ISO like isotope. So let's talk about these ISO-8 and how they work together in a set and what sort of things to kind of go for and how to get the most out of it. So to begin with, I'm going to actually hop on over to my inventory. So you might notice that you have a whole bunch of different types of ISOs. These ISO-8 will rank and vary. So I want to point out something first and foremost. This boost one, the ISO-8 boost. Small boost, medium boost, high boost, ultimate boost, superior boost, and extreme boost. Do not use your extreme boosts unless you are taking an ISO and amplifying it to the different stars. So see how this has got all red stars? That's important, and we're going to go over that. This has one red star. That's because of Awakening. So you want to save those for Awakening only. What I mean is you'll notice that different ISO sets have got rankings. This is 4-star. Well, I can do this quick upgrade on it, and I can select anything out of here, or I can turn off quick upgrade, and if you choose to manually upgrade it, you can actually go through and pick stuff, such as the extreme ones up here. Never, ever, ever, ever do that. Don't auto do it. Don't use your extreme ISOs, your boosts, on anything but Awakening, and we'll go over why in a few moments here. So when you have an ISO, you can start ranking it up. You'll notice these say +5. That's because this one's +3. As you go through and you start upgrading, so you can manually pick stuff, or if you feel up to it, you can actually do this quick upgrade. When you're doing the quick upgrade, you can choose at the bottom here, you can select all or none, that's up to you. And you can start picking stars. Don't use your 6 stars. See how that tries to take one away from there? It's always going to go for the boost first. If I go to the 3 one, it's going to use 6 of these. So I spent a little money, and boom! It is going to level it up based upon the ISOs you are combining it with. Once you have more than one 5-star ISO, you can take that and combine it with another ISO. But that also has to be +5. It also has to be of the same type. So if I select this other 3-star chaotic ISO, these two can be combined together, and it will keep the stats of the main one, the first one that you're combining it into, and it will increase it from a 3-star to a 4-star. Now you'll notice that plus is gone. So if you want the plus back, you have to find your ISO that you're working on, and you have to upgrade it again. This will continue where you take 2 ISOs and combine them to 1 over and over again and go through the stars until you hit 6 stars. Once you hit a 6-star ISO, like this one right here, you can get it to the +5 again. However, this time around, you are going to do what's called Awakening. And I actually would like to do this with one I actually want to keep. So I'm going to do it here at the critical rate dodge, which is a good combination for rages. We'll keep that for a separate video for right now. So I'm going to take this from a +3, because you'll notice here I can't combine. It's only quick upgrade. I'm going to use the boosts, but I'm going to use maybe the 5-star boost. So it's 2 of those. Never use these 6. That'll be less, and it's also less expensive. The more ISOs you use, because I could use all 1-star ISOs. I could come over here and take this one right here, this critical rate and defense, and I could use the 1-star. That is 86 and 404,000 gold. If I jump up here to the 5-star, it is now 6, and it's 28,000 gold. So obviously, the less that you use, the better, and it saves you money in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a +5 as well. I'm going to combine this one with this one, and now it's going to be 6 stars. I'm going to take it up a little bit further by doing it once again, but this time it's going to go to an Awakened status. So if I come down here to my crit rate dodges or critical damage dodge, depending on which one I want to work on, let's say I work on the critical damage dodge, I'm going to get that up to the +5 again. Now it's 11, because remember, it's a higher rank now. So it's +5. Now it has Awaken. So instead of Combine, it's Awaken. Now you can use this. You can only use 6-star ISOs, and you can use any ISO. But you want to save it for your boosts. So if I do this, so to get to a 1-star Awaken, it takes 1 6-star ISO. So now it has the 1 star for the Awakening. Now you'll see these 2 are unlocked. So now it would take 2. And I can keep doing that. So it's 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So it ends up adding up to be a lot. That's why you want to save these boosts, because they can't be equipped. The only purpose behind using them is literally for Awakening ISOs. If you have fully awakened ISOs, it will help with your ISO sets and you'll get more out of them. With these different ISOs, each of them have different properties. So as you can see here, you have the powerful ISO. It is going to either be all attack or it is going to be physical attack. So here's the physical. That's the only 2 options you can see here. And you do have the ability to kind of re-roll these into different stats and stuff, so you can actually change them and possibly end up with a different type if you have them awakened. Usually I don't consider that worth doing, but that's just my personal opinion. It's your account, do as you want. They also highlight the boxes with different colors to make it easier. The red ones, or the amplifying ISO, is all attack or energy attack. So let me find one of... There you go. So energy attack. The big thing to keep in mind with these is typically it seems like in most cases the energy attack will be a higher stat, but the all attack you can use for different characters, and I'll show you about equipping them and how you pick them for your characters in a moment here. The blue ones is an all defense or a physical defense. The green is an all defense or an energy defense. Your your orange ones are always hit points. Your orange ones are always hit points regardless. Every single one of these is hit points. Also, the gold ones or yellow ones are also all critical rate only. The purple ones are always all dodge. Your chaotic ones have different combinations. So in your first slot here, you can have all attack, energy attack, physical attack, critical rate, or critical damage. The bottom stat can be all defense, physical defense, energy defense, or dodge, or hit points. I believe that's all the different stats that it can be. But they'll be in different combinations, so sometimes finding the right combination for which character needs can be kind of important. Now let's go back to the ISO set itself. You'll see here that on Doctor Strange I have an overdrive, so this is a set bonus. All of these are fully awakened, which means I have a set bonus, stage 12, that's in effect. What does that mean? Well, if I click the set bonus here, you will see here that these different amplifications that happen by equipping the ISO at the top, you'll see a checkbox if I have them equipped. So if I don't have all of the ISO of these types equipped, I don't get the set bonus. And depending on what rank they are, depends on what stage. So these numbers will become higher the higher your ISO are. That's why it's important to have a fully awakened set of ISO and a full set of 8 ISO. You will have 3 set, 4 set, 5 set, 6 set of different ISOs. ISO 8, you always want the full 8 set. The full 8 sets are your best. It's not even worth getting the other ones unless you're brand new to the game. You can auto set change. You can change it one at a time. I'm obviously want to keep this for him, so I'm not going to change it. If you hit all set bonuses, you can actually go through the different full ISO 8 sets and what they do. So you have the all, you have the offensive, the healer recommendation, and the technical recommendation. What your character needs depends on how you want to play them. As you go through these, you can actually read and preview the types that they are. So there's 2 here, there's 2 here, and I think there's 3 over here. So the Technician 1, Spy Taxing, and Smart Raccoon typically may be Shadowlands characters, but I don't like either of those set personally. Healer recommendation, Stark Backing, and I am also Groot are pretty much for your characters that you want to have a lot of sustain for. The offensive one seems to be the go-to. Most people consider this to be the meta. Your Hawkeyes gives you this cooldown duration. So usually if your character doesn't have a lot of cooldown and you can't get enough from your cards and other stuff, you can consider Hawkeyes. I don't use it that often. Usually I tend to go for Power the Angry Hulk or Overdrive. What your character needs will depend on pretty much if you want attack speed or just raw damage. You'll also notice that some of these, like POA or Power the Angry Hulk, has got 3 chaotic ISO requirements, where OD or Overdrive has got the 2 physical, where you can use all attacks there, and 2 chaotic. So if you, again, read down in here the different types of stats, this is all attack, all defense, critical rate, critical damage, ignore defense, and then an activation 12% chance when attacking, where you get a 40% all attack for 20 seconds with a 54-second cooldown. Whereas Power the Angry Hulk, all attack, attack speed, all defense, critical rate, ignore defense, and then it also has that 40% all attack, which is why a lot of people like these. Up here you have the cooldown duration and dodge, critical damage, critical rate, and all attack. So again, the different sets will affect your character differently, so you want to do a little research and see which characters do best, which sets. But as you'll see, I usually, like I said, use POA or OD. A lot of Power the Angry Hulks on a lot of my characters. Overdrive is hard to roll. Sometimes you get lucky. You'll see here, this is stage 9 because not all of these are awakened. This is stage 12 because they are all fully awakened. So depending on how much you have on your characters, here's a stage 10 Overdrive. It'll make a difference. You also want to keep in mind what type of character you have. For example, Wolverine, if I go to the info tab, you'll see here it says physical attack. So when you're working with him, you're going to want to get ISOs that are either physical attack or all attacks. Some characters might do a little bit of both. Doctor Strange, on the other hand, if you go to his info, he's energy attack. So if I go here, I want to use all attacks for these 2 physicals because he won't benefit from the physicals. And then over here I have an energy attack, which sometimes tends to be a higher number. In this case it's not, it's only a 275, where this is 281 and a 279. So just different things to keep in mind when you're equipping or moving them around. Unequipping them are pretty expensive, so you want to be careful, especially if they're fully awakened. So hopefully that gives you some insight into ISO sets, why you use them, and how to benefit from them. Thanks for watching. Remember to thumb up, like, and subscribe, and have a good day.